Well, hello. Welcome back. This is a vinyl community episode this evening. So, hello everybody in the vinyl community. This is in response to quick, easy, easy Monday night content spit out. A response video to homeboy Chris Profi and his Musically Obsessed channel. Excellent channel, my man. I've been actually subscribed to your channel for quite some time now. I dig all your content. Yeah, I like all your fun little, other videos that you do of your sing-song, singing us some tunes, and you've got a great baritone voice and some wonderful pickety fingers, and yeah, I like everything you do, man. So I wanted to join in your fun little video, your show me your ATCO video. Great idea for a little chit chat for a Monday night. So yeah, what I know of ATCO is I knew instinctively right where to go. I was like, okay, I know that. But then it was really, really fun to like kind of dig through everything and be like, was this one? And just kind of really put your hands on everything and really pull out some neat things. So great idea, man. And I hope you don't mind that I joined in the fun. So here we go. These are my ATCO, not all of them, I'm sure, but I was able to grab out about 6 or so right off the bat, and a couple of them I was actually kind of surprised. I didn't realize they were on that ATCO label. I like the fact that it was kind of like, in the mid 70s, whenever they decided to become like a little offshoot of Atlantic, kind of taking with them the stuff that was just a little bit more niche, I guess. I guess you can't even really say that because this is like 1974-ish, right? And Prague was like on top of the world. It was like the biggest thing on the world stage, really. So it was interesting to see them take some like Prague artists with them and some other stuff that was like really at its pinnacle, in 1974. So interesting to me, at least. I wasn't there. I didn't experience any of it. I just love everything that came out of it. So most everything that came out of that period. Here's a great one from early on in that period, 1971, which of course you talked about in length about this band, and I also love their early career quite a bit. I wanted to bring out one that you didn't show, so I brought out the Trafalgar album by the Bee Gees, 1971. Super cool album, great album. I love the art. Features all three of them brothers, doesn't it? The Gibb brothers. I think it was all three of them. Huge list of tunes. I love just the. It's really got an awesome, the production value, the sonic clarity of it's really interesting because it's very open and ethereal, but at the same time, you're able to really pick out, they put an emphasis on the vocal recordings, obviously, because those guys were known for their vocal stylings. But the musicianship's fantastic too. Really great bass sound. There's really heavy, sharp bass sound on this album, and you don't hear that a lot out of early 70s kind of pop, kind of prog, symphonic, psychedelic pop kind of stuff. Really fucking cool album. So yeah, thanks for making me dig and find out that these guys were on that early ATCO label. I know, see, you showed Odyssey, right? And something else, but yeah, I've had that Odyssey album before. I never remembered that it was on the ATCO label though. So yeah, pretty cool. This one I think has just got the standard. I love these. This picture on the inside's great. Yeah, I love these original inserts too. So you get a real chance to kind of look at what was going on at ATCO Records in 1971. They had so much going on here. Really cool. Just that standard label that you love so much. Me too. It's cool. Retro chic, cool shit. So yeah, Bee Gees are a great band. Everything they did, even their disco stuff, is kind of cool. So what I was talking about, more along the lines of kind of like prog heavyweights, and suddenly they're making this switch over to ATCO, and I didn't really understand the history of it because I wasn't there, and wondering why Atlantic decided to do that with some bands, and then, even further down the road, but it's interesting. Genesis, Lamb Lies Down on Broadway. I think this was their first. I think everything else up until this point in 1974 was released on the major Atlantic side of things, and this one was popped out on ATCO. So this one definitely made that label quite a bit of money. Really fantastic album. Love everything about it. This is, as far as a lot of you classic prog fans, this seemingly is one of the real-time big time fan favorites out there. People seem to really love and appreciate this part of Genesis's career, most of all, which I'm not going to say that I don't, but this doesn't generally pop up on my radar when talking about the very top of Genesis's albums. So yeah, fantastic shit. This is a more recent discovery of mine, obviously not the artist, but I found this in a thrift store, and I was elated, couldn't believe it. It's just in magnificent condition. Everything about it, wonderful photographs of him on the back. But yeah, the legendary Eric Clapton, the history of Eric Clapton in a double disc set, and a huge fucking novel in the middle about him and his burgeoning career in the 1970s. But again, you know, interesting, neat things that you're seeing come out of ATCO in the very, very early 70s. Got that classic yellow label again, but really lucky find for me at the thrift stores for $2. It being in just immaculate condition. So, yeah, on that cool ATCO label. Legendary blues guitar, Eric Clapton. Another thrift store find for me in the last couple weeks. Some of that older classic ATCO, one of the first, I'm assuming, one of the very first to ever appear on that label. But this one I had listened to probably a decade ago, and you know, I had a chance to kind of grow up a bit in a decade, and you know how things suddenly kind of just like you warm up to them, and you feel a little bit more kind of like, you know, like your senses and your tastes and everything has kind of like, you know, matured, and it's gotten a little smokier and a little bit fine with age. That's kind of how I feel about this album. At first I wasn't entirely enthralled with it, and now I'm just like, I think it's fucking amazing. I love the aesthetic and the art, the old school ATCO label, you know, the pictures of these guys. Vanilla Fudge, man, these guys were just babies. Look at them, they're so awesome. They're just covering like Beatles tunes and all kinds of shit on here, but really cool and soulful and slow, and just tons of like organ and just like white boy soul, you know, really kind of cool. I really like it. It's a fantastic album. Found a really great clean copy, and it's got that original inner old school cool shit, and that rust colored and plum split original ATCO label there. That's pretty neat. So yeah, fun find, man. Yeah, they do that cover of Ticket to Ride. They also do a cover of Eleanor Rigby on here. These guys were legit. Yeah, really cool on that old ATCO label. Okay, this is all the last of what I got for you this evening. It's a twofer. But thanks again, Chris Profi, for your cool ass channel and everything you talk about and do, and your, you know, what you do for the vinyl community. So we thank you. This one again, a twofer, and this was my first experience with knowing, you know, the ATCO label at all. I didn't really realize a lot of stuff was on that label, and I thought that the ATCO label was like created for these guys, because Atlantic wasn't willing to take a big money shot with them in the early 80s after like everything that went on within the 70s and then the late 70s, and then their career just kind of really took a very steady kind of like, not a nosedive, but just kind of like really steadily just kind of petered into nothing. And then when they reemerged in the early 80s with that whole new 80s pop sound, they're like, what do we do? You know, put them on the ATCO label. Everything will be okay. And they made ATCO obviously just trillions of fucking dollars. So of course I'm talking about Yes. Their 90125 album, 1983. It was 83, right? Either 83 or 84. I think it was 83. Got the original hype sticker on there and everything. I love this shit. One of my fucking favorite albums, truth be told. Yes, it is one of my favorite bands. And I love this. This was what was on when I was a kid, when I was growing up, when I was 7 years old. Like, this is what was on the radio. And this is what we were dancing to and getting to know rock and roll. It's pretty great. And even more so with their 1987 shot Big Generator. Pretty fucking cool. Yeah. It's kind of like really, you know, rewrote the the ledger for ATCO. Monster of an album. Something like, you know, a couple times platinum. At least the entire A side is a radio single. All four of them were like gigantic radio singles. And one of the greatest A sides in rock history, if you ask me. And people talk a lot of smack about Big Generator, but I still think it's fucking really great. It's just the Trevor Rabin show. I mean, the Trevor Rabin show is great, dude, for 1987. Way cool. You know, I don't know. I still dig the shit out of it. Lots of great radio hits on here, too. And The Rhythm of Love and Shoot High and Low. Yeah. Love Will Find a Way. Those three, at least, were all giant radio hits for them. So, yeah. Love the shit out of this band. Like I said, this was like, I thought ATCO was basically created for Yes. I had never discovered ATCO before these two albums. So, yeah, you learn new shit all the time. So, thanks again, brother man. Cool channel. Everything you do is fucking cool. Great idea for a quick little show tonight. So, that's all my ATCO. Love you fuckers. Peace out.